Hello, I'm Jerry Fort, the beer review guy. Got a Founders here. This is one of four. One of four Founders beers that I got. This one here is the Hazelnut Fudge, and it costed me $5.49. You know me, I don't like to pay that much for a single beer, but thought might as well make it interesting. I just can't get as many beers when I buy them like for that much. Do you mind? Well, as you can see, it's overcasted. It's been like this the entire day, which I don't mind. It's cools it down a little bit, takes away the humidity. It's got a nice little, just a light coolness in the air. Yeah, pretty nice. Mosquitoes like this kind of weather too, but I'm surprised that they're not bothering me. Okay, so let's get to this. 12% ABV, Imperial Stout aged in bourbon barrels. A barrel-aged series. See what it says back here. Discover a new level of indulgence with KBS Hazelnut Fudge, crafted for the discerning palate. This KBS variant offers a robust and decadent drinking experience. The aromas of hazelnut coffee intertwine with the velvety smooth embrace of fudge coffee and chocolate. Immerse yourself in layers of flavor notes from the bourbon barrel aging process, in every sip for your moments of relaxation or celebration. Bottled 1/8 of 25. So was that 9 months? I think that's right. So these are ones that you can cellar these, age them even more. So I've had this sitting out for over 45 minutes now, probably getting close to an hour. I like my porters, stouts at room temperature. So I'm looking forward to trying this one out. Barrel-aged series. Oh my gosh. That is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Look at that. Three-finger head. Look at that chocolatey, dark mocha appearance on that head. Frothy, kind of milky looking. Oh, it's showing hazelnuts in here, and fudge squares on the picture. That's pretty cool. I got some chatting, just a little bit to do. I'll put that in the description after I do this review. Just something that happened today. Something I was pretty excited about. And that's dark. dark as molasses. You know, my porch light, it's sensor operated. It's come on. That's how dark it's getting out here. Ah, there we go. Ooh. Man, dessert in a glass. It's just sitting on top of the, the liquid in there. It's just kind of sitting there like an ice cream float topping to it or something. Like I just saw a mosquito. They found out that I'm sitting out here now. Hazelnut, chocolate. Maybe a little vanilla. You get a little bit of that barrel-aged aroma. It smells sweet and rich. Doing a mosquito check. Yeah, it has that decadent aroma too, and I'm sure that, yeah, it's going to have that on the taste as well. Okay, shall we go in? Cheers, everybody. At this price, this is the kind that I don't like to, I like to take my time drinking it, especially at 12% ABV also, so, gotta make it last. All right, cheers. Ooh. Okay. Interesting. Hazelnut, chocolate, a coffee roasty bitterness toward the back end and on the aftertaste. Getting rain right now. I'm underneath my umbrella though. Good thick full body on it, very light carbonation if any. Get a little bit of astringency from the alcohol that's in there. It's kind of showing through on the back end on aftertaste as well. Get the alcohol taste, not just the astringency part, but I guess that is kind of the taste, astringency. Rich. All the sweetness, of course, is like right there upon the drink. You get the fudge, hazelnut, and then it just goes fading into the coffee bitterness. It is velvety smooth. Yeah, I got everything that they say on here out of this. I think I liked, this is good, but I think I liked that other one I did maybe just a little bit better. No, 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 no. What was that one? I'm thinking of something else, I think. This in here is probably better than the first one. I think it was just a regular stout that I did. The other KBS. Well, this is just my second one. I did the Founder Single Double Oaked. That's what it was. I did. It was good. It was really good. It looks like it's a little bit more expensive. This one was $6, $5.99. The single double oaked one. This one here's $5.49. Anyway, so I'm just gonna sip on this and just chat with you guys for a little bit. Is that okay? My brother, my late brother Wayne, a lot of you know, he would crack me up because if he's talking to you and you don't answer him, like his wife Angel would always be the one he would say something to. But if he's talking to her and she don't answer him, he'd say say like that, like listen to me. In other words, I tried that with my wife and she did not like that. She says, stop saying that to me. I said, well, you're not answering me. Yeah, but you don't have to ask it. You don't have to say that. Okay, it's fun. Anyway, where was I going with this? Okay, you ready for a story or chat? Tell you about what happened today. So, I've been conversing with Ty. He's the beer manager at Burton's Liquor Mart. Real nice guy. Excuse me. And I went last week, I think it was, and he was at lunch. I didn't get to talk to him, but I got this list. A list of some beers, excuse me, for him to look and see if he can order them, see if they're available, see if they're discontinued or whatever. And there were some 40-ounce ones that I wanted, and so I took those in there and I put my phone number with it, and I walked in. He says, "Guten Tag." He had one of those old-timey German type hats. They're a casual kind of hat. I think sometimes they have a feather in them. I can't remember, but it's like an Oktoberfest type of a situation. Maybe in October they're like pushing Oktoberfest beers and pumpkin ales and stuff. And so he just had that hat on, and it was kind of funny. I said, "Hey, I'm glad you're here today." He says, "Why? You got some? Did you pick out some beers you want me to break down into singles?" I said, "Yeah, I got a little list of those, but yeah, I got another list here that I want you to see if you could find any of these, and see if they're available, see if there's ones you can order." I said, "Here's my number. Is that okay if I give you my number so that you can call me and let me know, or text me if you're able to get any of these or anything like that?" He said, "Yeah, that's fine." He says, "Oh, Old English?" I said, "Yeah." He says, "I got some of that in today." I was like, "What? You got to be kidding me." He says, "No. I've a 40-ounce bottle." I was like, "Oh my gosh." I could not believe it. Like I told him, I haven't seen Old English here in Tulsa. It's got to be close to 3 or 4 years, maybe even more than that. So he says, "I'll put you one up on the counter so you don't have to lug it around." I was like, "Okay." I think it was like $2.79. $2.79. So that'll be a big revisit. I'm excited to do that. But I haven't, like I said, I haven't had that Old English, and it's probably one of my favorites too, malt liquors. I think it's 5.8% ABV. So it's a bottle that I don't have, a 40-ounce bottle that I don't have. I don't even have a can or a small bottle of Old English, because when I moved from my other house 6 or 7 years ago, I got rid of a lot of my stuff, my bottles and cans, because I didn't have no room. So now I've got the Old English 40-ounce bottle. I'm excited about that. I was like, do I really not have one of those? I couldn't convince myself. I had to go in and look. Nope, it's not up there. So now I've got one. So anyway, but yeah, I wrote down all the ones I wanted to see if he'd break up for me. And by the time I was done, he was out of sight. I didn't know where he went. And I think he was in the back doing something, but I didn't want to bother him. He's busy. I asked David, he's the older gentleman that works the front end, and I asked him, is Ty at lunch or something? He says, I think he's putting in a beer order. I was like, okay, well, I'll just catch him next time. So all I got was the Old English. Is it 800? I think it's 800. Anyway, so be looking forward to that one. That's a special one right there. I'm going to keep writing down the ones I found. A lot of them are barrel-aged type beers, porters and stouts. As I come into winter, I'm always looking for that kind of stuff. They're a little bit harder to plan because I let them warm up to room temperature for 45 minutes to an hour. All the flavors just come rushing out, you know. Oh my gosh, it's getting better and better as it warms up, I tell you. Oh, he said about the 40-ounce ones I was wanting. He says I probably can't get those. He says they're not distributed now 40-ounce bottles much anymore. He said I was surprised that I got this Old English 40-ouncers. I was like, really? They're not doing that? I said I thought it was kind of funny that all I'm getting is the 32-ounce bottles now, and that I haven't seen many of the 40-ounce ones anymore. Have any of you heard that yet? Are they just like doing away with 40-ounce bottles, or is it only some states will can still get them, or not? I hate to hear that they're just doing away with them altogether. I was just talking to somebody, one of my viewers or whatever. I don't know if he's subscribed. That the 40-ounce bottles aren't just for bums and homeless people. You know, other people like to buy those as well. So I was remembering back when I started looking for 40-ounce beers and like Boone's Farm wine. I used to drink that when I was a kid, and it was good. You know, cheap. It's like $2.85 for a bottle of that. Might have even been cheaper back then. It was like in the late 70s when I was drinking those. Late 70s, early 80s, somewhere around there. But I asked somebody about it because I couldn't find any Boone's Farm in a couple of the liquor stores, and he says, we don't sell those type of wines because it brings in the wrong kind of people. And I'm like, in my mind I'm thinking, am I the wrong kind of people? Because I'm wanting it, you know. I don't think I thought that. I told him, I said I review beers, and Boone's Farm is one that I was looking forward to, you know, do revisits of or whatever. He says, yeah, we don't get those. We don't order those. Okay. So anyway. Should have a few things coming. A few things from companies. Some people aren't. It's not surprisingly it's not surprising that some people. Well, one of the people I told the guy, I was talking to him on the phone. I said, in conversation, I said, sometimes people don't even say that they're not interested. I keep trying to communicate with them, and they just blow me off and don't ever say anything. They can't even tell me that they're not. They decided not to do it. They're not interested. He says, well, that's not right. I know it. It's really kind of aggravating. And he's one of the ones that's blowing me off right now. And I'm like, I called him a week ago or more and touched base with him. And he's like, oh, yeah, oh, okay. He almost didn't remember me. And he said, yeah, I'll get those out. Well, that was like a week or more ago. So I'm like, so what, is this going to be one of those guys? And I got another one I'm not totally sure about. This person wanted my analytics, you know, wanted my viewer rate, my subscriber rate. If I have, you know, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and all this and that. Wanted to know averages, you know, of views per video or something. And I sent a picture of my analytics, a couple pictures, I think, copied and pasted them to the conversation I was having with the person, and they wanted to see those before they could make a decision on whether or not to send me some of their products. So sent them to her. I touched base with her this morning. I said, I think it was her. Did y'all make a decision on whether or not you want to, you know, have me? I call it showcasing these days, because reviews, sometimes to say reviews makes people think that you're going to judge their stuff, and I'm not looking to do that. I'm just want to show their products, talk about it, you know. I'm not putting down anybody's stuff when I review stuff. If it's something I buy myself, I might get a little bit more real, you know. But and company stuff, I don't lie about it. So if it's something that might need a little bit more attention, I'll bring it up. You know, companies, good companies, appreciate that because they want to make their stuff better. So a person, I guess like me, is mentioning things that I find could use a little bit more attention or something. Okay, 23 minutes. Whew, that's really good. What would I rate this? It's good. It may not be 10 plus good, but it is definitely a 10. If this had that, it has that nice, sweet, chocolatey, fudgy, hazelnutty stuff all the way to the mid. It's supposed to be that way. That's how it's supposed to be. The coffee, if it didn't come in like it did, if it didn't come in like it did at the end, you wouldn't taste it. If it was too sweet, you wouldn't get the coffee part. So it's made good. It's made right. So it's definitely a 10. It's just not got like a total wow factor for me, but it's a very enjoyable beer, very enjoyable stout. There you go. I thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. Thanks for listening to me flap my gums. I'm hoping I get something. Yeah, I have a non-alcoholic beer coming from a company. I have, I think it's some more chips. Crap, I can't remember. Yeah, there was a pork rind company that wanted to send me some, that I contacted, and they said, yeah, that we'd send you some stuff. And I think they're the ones that wanted to know if I had Instagram. No. Anyway, I have an Instagram account. I just never use it. I'm never on there. I just don't have time to navigate YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So, with discussing it with my wife and son, it's kind of figured that it's really not going to be worth it for me to try to, you know, upload pictures or whatever to Instagram. I don't have that many people enough. If the only ones that are going to see the stuff is the ones following you, and you don't have very many people, then it really doesn't do the company any good, right? So anyway, 27 minutes. Okay, I'm going to end it there. I thank y'all for watching. I appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one. If you like stouts, check this one out. Made a rhyme.